Hello everybody, happy Friday. It's Juliet here. So if you joined me last Friday, you will remember that we made our gilded cross pendant, or it could be a brooch, whatever you want to make it into. We made that. So today we're going to make some matching earrings, and this is the earring here. And we are going to be using the same supplies, almost exactly the same supplies. We're just adding a jump ring, and here I have an earring finding that I have added one of our 4mm bicones onto. So I've, made another one. But other than that, it's kind of the same as last week. So we have some Eva beads, and you'll need 2 per earring, so 4 if you're making a pair, which I'm assuming you are, unless you aren't. We're gonna have these are the Aztec gold, and all of this stuff is from the pink lemonade treasure box for this month from Potomac beads. So I will put links for the items that I'm using down below, okay, if you want to go and get those. Then we are using some 8O seed beads. These are Miyuki seed beads called Translucent Jasmine, and this is the Potomac number, and I will put all the details, like I said, in the description of the video, so you can click that for more information, okay? Then we're going to be using our RounTrio beads in our white Lila luster. Again, this is the Potomac item number there. You will need 2 per earring, okay? So these RounTrio beads have 3 holes in them. They're just a little round 6mm bead, and they have 3 holes. These are great. I love using those. Okay, then we're gonna need some 3mm bicones here. We just have some crystal AB, and here some 4mm bicones, and these are the light rose, very delicate pale coloring. You can see those here on the edge of our earring. Okay, we are going to be using the crystal Navettes in the settings, and again, Potomac have these in all different colors. I definitely recommend you go check out their website. This came in our treasure box. So these are the crystal ones, and anyway, yeah, they have lots of different colors, so you're going to want to go and look at that for sure. Like I said, you'll need some kind of earring finding, and I'm using just a little 5mm jump ring. Then this is the one thing that didn't come in our treasure box. I'm using some 15O beads. These are Miyuki. This is my little way I write them. Miyuki size 15, and the number is 1052, which is just the galvanized gold. It's not the Duracoat, it's just a normal one, okay? And for my thread, I'm using some Dragonthread in size 6. Now, if you don't have Dragonthread and you want to use Fireline, use the size 4. You're going to need a thin one because we will be passing through these 15Os up to 4 times, okay? Again, I am using a size 10 beading needle today. You may want to have like an 11 or 12 on hand so that you can step down towards the end if you need to, if you struggle to get through some of the beads towards the end. Have a thinner needle on hand, okay? And that's it. So you're going to need about 3 feet of thread per earring, maybe a little over 3 feet. Let's say 3 feet and 3 inches, okay? So that would be about 100 centimeters for those of you who are on the metric system. Get that threaded. All right, let me move this out of the way, and I'm just going to pull you in a little bit. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to pick up our navette, and we're just going to sew through the top from right to left. And we're just going to hold onto our tail, just kind of hold it while we do this first step, okay? We're gonna pick up one of our 8O seed beads. You're gonna pick up one of your round trios going into one of the side holes. It doesn't matter which side because it will spin around, okay? And then you're going to pick up another 8O. And you're going, if we're coming out our top hole on the left-hand side, we're going to enter into the bottom hole of our navette on the right, going left to right. Okay, that's going to place these beads on the side like this. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So you're going to pick up an 8O, a round trio on one of the side holes, and an 8O. Coming out the bottom now of this navette, we're going to go into the top. Okay, and so this is what it looks like at the moment. Now we're going to pick up an 8O, one of our Eva beads, and you're going to put it on your mat. Okay, we're currently coming out from the left hand side. Okay, we're going to go up. So I've got my 8O on my needle, and I'm going up from the kind of inside of this peak to the outside. Okay, it actually doesn't matter which side you go through because you can flip it around. So that is going to go, it's going to kind of sit on top of our navette like this. Okay, we're going to pick up 8 of our 15O beads. So this is kind of similar to what we did last week. So that's 4. Okay, so that is 8. And you're going to go down the other hole of your Eva bead. And then we're going to pick up an 8O, just like we have there. And we're going to sew into this other hole right here. Okay? And pull that tight. And you may need to kind of tighten your tail. That's okay. And now we're going to I'm just going to flip it over so that it's a little bit easier for me to work, okay? So I'm coming out from the navette, okay? So through the navette, and I'm going to sew up into the 8O, the first hole of our round trio, and through the 8O. And then I'm going to sew through the navette again. So we're just traveling through our beads to get to the other end, okay? And now we're going to pick up an 8O, our other Eva, and again, it doesn't matter because it'll flip over the right way. And then you're going to pick up 8 of your 15O beads. Okay, so once you have 8, push all of that down so that your Eva is sitting on the top, and go down through the other hole and one more 8O bead. Okay, and we're going to sew through the top of the navette. So you might have to kind of push the other stuff off to the side and to get to it. Okay, so we now have this. Okay, and it's a little bit straggly at this point. That's okay. We are going to tighten this up. Sorry, this has got looped. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now you're going to sew through your 8-0, through that round trio, again, the same hole again, okay? And the third 8-0, pull that, and then you're going to tie, so you should be back to where your tail is, and we're just going to tie a knot with our tail right here. This is just going to help our tension to not go crazy, okay? So just tie a square knot, and then try and keep that short tail on the back while you're working for the rest of it, okay? All right. So we are now a little bit more stable, and this is what it should look like at the moment. All right. All right, so we're now going to pass again through our 8-0, through our round trio, through our 8-0, okay, and then we're going to pass through the next 8-0 and up or down through. So we're going through both 8-0s, and we're going through our Eva bead as well. And make sure that your thread doesn't get looped around your round trio there, okay? Then you're going to pass up the 4 15-0s that are on your Eva bead. You're going to pick up 1 8-0. You're going to go down the next 4 15-0s. Okay, I'm just turning it over. Then I'm going down through the Eva bead. And then I'm going to go down through the next 2 8-0s. Okay, I'm going to go down through the round trio and the next 2 8-0s as well, which I'll have to do separate. So go through both those 8-0s. Okay, and then we're going to, sorry. Then we're going to go down through our Eva bead. And I just caught that first 15-0, that's okay. Okay, so you're going to go up through the first 4 15-0s. Again, we're going to pick up 1 8-0 just like we did at the other end, and I'm going to flip over at this point. Go down through the next 4 15-0s. Okay, and down through the Eva bead. Down through the next 2 8-0s. And through the very first hole again on our round trio, okay? Okay, so it should now look like this. And you've kind of tightened all of those 8-0s together. So we just circled around and added the 8-0 on each end, okay? So now we're going to hop into the second hole. So just if we're coming out down on the bottom, you're just going to turn and go up into the second hole of the same round trio. And then we're going to hop into the third hole Okay. We're going to pick up 1/15 and 1 3mm bicone. Okay. You're going to sew into the AO that is right here. Okay. So that 15/0 should kind of cover, there'll be like a teeny bit of thread right here, and that's going to help disguise that for us. Okay. We're going to again pass up through our Eva bead over the top of all these beads on the top. Okay, so you've got to go through all these 15/0s and this 8/0. Back down into your Eva bead and down into the first 8/0. Okay, then you're going to pick up a 3mm and a 15/0. You're going to sew into the very outside hole of the round trio, so the third one. So you skip not the middle one, but the very far one over. Okay, pull that nice and tight. Again, pick up a 15/0 and a 3mm bicone. You're going to sew into the second 8/0 below your round trio. So go through the second 8/0 right here. Okay. You're going to again go all the way up through your Eva, and over the top through all of these beads on the top. Then you're going to go down through your Eva bead and down through that first 8/0. You're going to pick up a 3mm bicone and a 15/0. And you're going to go into your outside hole of your round trio. Okay? So it looks like this. Now you're going to go skip back through the middle hole of your round trio. So just take that little shortcut, okay? And then you're going to go down through the inside hole of the round trio. Okay, so you should be coming out from your inside hole. We're going to pick up 10 of our 15/0 beads. So once you have 10 15/0s, okay, you're coming out here. You're going to look across, diagonal across, and you're going to go up into your Eva bead. In fact, I'm going to turn it over so that it's a little easier. And be careful here that your thread does not get caught on any, like the prongs, okay, because that can happen. So it should kind of form a diagonal line going across like this, okay. We're going to pass over, we're going to pass over the top, going through all of those 15/0s and that 8/0 at the top, okay. And down into the Eva bead. And then we're going to pick up 3 15 O's. Okay, so 3. And you're going to count, and you're going to have to kind of look underneath here because they can hide in here. So just make sure that you're counting the very first one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to sew into the 4th bead. So I'm sewing through the 4th bead from this top corner down towards down. Your needle should be going towards your round trio. Okay, so you're kind of sewing downwards, yes. And then you're going to pick up 6 15 O's. Okay, so 6. And you're going to sew into the inside hole of the round trio on this side. And this is going to form our cross, a crisscross. Okay, so right now it's a little loose and like not very tight, and that's normal at this point, so don't worry about that. We're going to fix that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same thing on this side. So we pick up 10, okay, once you got your 10, you go up into the Eva bead. Again, making sure you're not getting caught on any of the prongs. You're going up through the 15s on the top, down through the Eva bead, and you're going to pick up 3 15 O's, and you're going to count and make sure that you get all of them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm going into the 4th bead, and I'm sewing towards the round trio. Okay, your needle should be going towards that round trio, and that's going to create that. And then you're going to pick up 6. And you're going to go into the round trio, closest hole. Okay, so this is what it looks like at the moment. We're going to skip into the 2nd hole of our round trio. Okay, so once you're coming out the 2nd hole of your round trio, you're going to sew up through all of those 10 beads, going back up kind of the way we came, and make sure that you get all 10 of those. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're even getting into the one that might be hiding underneath here. Okay, so go through all 10 of those. Okay, then you're going to sew down into your 2 8-O beads and through the round trio. Okay, so you're going through the inside hole of your round trio. Okay, pull that. Jump into the 2nd hole of your round trio right here. Okay, and guess what? We're gonna sew back the other way. So you're gonna go up through all of those beads. Okay, and again, make sure that you get all 3 that are after the shared bead. Okay, and then you're going to sew down through the 2 8-O's and your round trio. give that all a nice tug, and that will kind of help to pull this a little bit tighter across, because we came out from the middle holes and we're pulling it a little bit further to the side. So it's just gonna tighten up that little line there. Okay, there, see, looks a lot better. Okay, so here I am, I'm coming out from my inside hole of my RounTrio. You're gonna go up through your two 8/0s, and you might find it easier right here to poke your needle down to the back. Okay, poke in kind of the corner of where your RounTrio is right here to get down to the back, and then you can go up the 8/0s a little bit easier because you can see them better on the back, I think. So, okay. And once you've come out from those two 8/0s, okay, you're going to find the end of the line of 15/0s, and you're going to sew through all the 15/0s into the second hole right here. Okay, so go into the second hole. You're going to turn and go up the third hole on the outside, okay? You're going to go through the 15/0, the 3mm bicone, and come out from the 8mm. Okay, so I'm going through 15, the bicone, the 8mm. And then we're gonna have to do one more cross right here. So we have to go from this bead down into the second hole of our RounTrio on this side. So dig around and get into that inside bead there. This is kind of the hardest part, is trying to get into this bead right here. Okay, so make sure you're getting all 3 of those beads. Pass down through that shared bead in the middle, through the 6 beads on the side. And you're going down the middle hole here, okay? And when you pull it, that you should see that tighten up a little bit, okay? All right, so we're pretty good. We just have one more little bit to do. Okay, so I'm coming out from the middle hole right here. We're going to go up into the outside hole of the RounTrio. So just turn and go back up the other way. So you're coming out the outside hole, okay? You're going to go through the 15 and the 3mm bicone. And you're going to pick up a 4mm bicone, okay? Then you're going to go down into, after the 3mm, you pick up 15/0 and then a 4mm bicone. And then you're going to sew, so I'm coming out right here, okay? I'm going to sew straight down into my Eva bead. like this. Okay, I'm going to go through my top 3 15 O's. So you don't want to go through the one where the cross is, you just want to go through the 3 on the side, okay? And then you're going to go through the next 3. Okay, so our thread is going to sit right above our cross bead, and then we're going to go up into our Eva bead. Okay, then you're going to pick up a bicone and a 15-0. So that's the 4mm and a 15-0. You're going to go down through the bicone, the 15-0, so going into the 3mm bicone, 15-0, through the outside hole of your round trio, through the next 15-0 and the 3mm bicone. Okay, then we're going to flip over. We're going to do the same thing again. So coming out from the bicone, you're going to pick up a 15-0 and a 4mm bicone. You're going to sew straight down into the Eva bead. Okay. You're going to sew through the first 3 15-0s on this cross on this side. Okay, you're going to skip the joining bead in the middle, the shared bead. You're going to go straight up the next 3. And the angle here can be a little tricky. Then you're going to go up through the Eva bead. Pull that. And you're going to pick up a 4mm bicone and a 15-0. You're going to go into the 3mm bicone and the 15-0 there, okay? All right, so this is our earring complete. So what I like to do now is I go through the round trio. I'm going to flip over and find where my tail is. So my tail is just here. Okay, so I'm going out the top now because I flipped over of this round trio. I'm going to go down through the middle hole. And I'm just trying to make sure I am going down the middle hole. I'm going to go up into the first hole of the round trio and through that very first 8-0 at the top. Okay, so I'm going through the inside hole of the round trio and out the top right here. Okay, I'm going to go through pass through my my setting, and happen to be going through the next 8-0 as well, so that's handy. And then I'm going to go through the round trio again, the next round trio. Through the next 8-0 and through the setting. Okay. So now I have met up again with my tail. I can tie another knot with my tail. Okay. So I'm just going to tie a square knot. Okay. If you need to like tighten anything, you can do it at this point, but it should be pretty tight. It should feel, you know, pretty good at this point. Okay. So now I can just sew in my threads and cut them off. So I'll do that, and then I'll come back to show you how I assembled it. Okay, so I cut off my ends. I am just kind of massaging my cross beads to make sure that they look nice, and then I'm going to grab my 5mm jump ring, and I'm going to open that and just twist it open. And I always like to make sure that it's going to close properly, get that close good before I even start. Make sure there's no sharp edges because you don't want it to cut the thread that's inside your bead, okay? Once you've got the jump ring the way you want it to close, you can open it again, and I'm just going to hook it through the AO that's at the top. And that's the nice thing about AOs, you can fit a jump ring through it usually. And then I'm going to close that, make sure it's not, again, make sure that there's no sharp edges that are going to cut on the thread if that happens to go in there. Hopefully it won't. Then I'm going to take my earring finding. I'm going to twist open the loop on that as well. Just pop it onto the jump ring and twist that closed. Okay, and there's my earring. So here are my 2 earrings. And I think they really turned out nice. I just love this color scheme. I think these are so pretty. They're not too big, but they're kind of delicate and really nice. And they go great with this, which I think, because I haven't done anything with it because I'm still debating like pendant, brooch, but I think I am going to make this into a brooch. And somebody in the comments had thought it'd be a good idea to sew it onto a filigree, which is actually what I had in mind as well before she said that. But yes, I agree that's a great idea because if you remember, it's a little bit bendy. So I'm probably going to sew it onto a filigree and then attach the brooch back onto it. So anyway, such a nice set. But yeah, you could totally use it as a pendant. So I hope you have enjoyed these earrings, and even if you don't make this, you could make the earrings. So anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Do go and check out the links that I put below for the different beads. If you don't have these fun shapes like the Eva beads and the RounTrios, it's a lot of fun working with those beads. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.